On this episode, the rest of the 408 stroker engine comes together and goes back into Roxy GTO. Oil pump install time. But wait, before we do that, I have a confession to make. You see how the timing set and camshaft is already installed? Well, somehow I lost that footage, and I do not know where it is. I've looked on all of our cards, I've looked on all of our hard drives, cannot find the dang footage. I remember specifically shooting it right in front of this awesome TIC Performance banner because the camshaft is from TIC Performance. It is their Stage 2 blower cam, and I'm gonna tell you all the specs on it right now so that you can make a mental note. If you're building one of these, it is such a good cam. I already know I'm obsessed with it because, well, I've ran the car a whole lot. It's a 227-243 with a 625 and a 615 lift with a lobe separation of 115. Let's get to installing that oil pump. Sorry, I screwed up on footage. Dang it. As I was setting up this shot, I was thinking, this is so familiar, like from the beginning of Flying Sparks Garage and in the shop with Emily when I was building this exact 408 stroker and like starting YouTube, and I'm still a dork and I still don't know really what I'm doing, and I'm still just spending a bunch of time shooting stuff and editing stuff in the shop and having fun with cars, right Aaron?
That's right.
And here we are. Anyway, let's get to work. Got my bolt stuck in here, got my break-in oil that we're gonna pour into our pump. Get some Earl up in there, make a mess, drop all my bolts. Do you expect anything less from me, y'all? No, you don't. Now, we went with the standard volume pump, and it has the 10-pound pressure spring in it. Now, if I could find the other bolt that I dropped, that would be awesome. Y'all see it? Finley? Where'd you put it? Oh! It landed on my chair! What a dork! Nothing new, right? Yep, nope. Once I get these snugged up, I'm going to throw a crank bolt in here and turn the engine over a couple times just to be sure our gear is seated and our oil pump is aligned on the crank, because that's fairly important. I may or may not have the sleepy sillies. Didn't I have a crank bolt up there? Oh, it's over here. I think we're good. Torque wrench. 18 foot-pounds on these bolts. So I'm switching out the O-ring on the pickup tube because this is actually what went out whenever I lost my oil system on my original LS2 on Roxy. So it's something I always think about. I pulled this one off that had been on there for the last 4 years, 60-ish thousand miles. I pulled it off, and this mofo is brittle. I mean, it just like splits and breaks. So it's gone. It gives you an outline of all the different pickup tubes and which O-ring you'll need for each of those applications. And if you notice, mine is straight, so I use the black. This is the new one, nice and pliable. Sliding that guy on, and now we will have proper seal there and good oil pressure. Good old. There's my bolt over there. I just popped my bolt off of the windage tray there. Snug that in there. Just like that. Having me a snack.
Man, that goes so quick.
I know it.
Just grab some heads and just throw them on there. We're done.
Mm-hmm.
Easy. We gotta drop our lifters in, then we'll put the head gaskets on, then the heads. And then it's blower time, race time.
Boost time, banging gears time. So good. I want a full taste of these.
Good. It's money. Money's easy.
Mm-hmm.
Happiness is not.
It's really easy for me to be happy.
I guess if I was married to me, it would be too. I like my dog, shut up.
It's roller lifter time. These guys are from Tick Performance and they are really nice. They're obviously a roller lifter, but what I like about this lifter compared to what we had last time is the actual shaft of the lifter goes all the way down and covers the lifter. The ones that I had last, the lifter was kind of exposed. This one, it just seems really sealed and fancy. So, I'm a fan. Here we go.
What I've heard is you soak these for like 24 hours, and the goal in doing that is to get all the air bubbles out. So occasionally, I would just kind of shake this box around to try to move the lifters around and get some of the oil flowing through it. We thought we were going to put the heads on it 4 days ago. That didn't happen, so they're exceptionally lubricated. Turn my light on.
Turn your headlight on, babe.
Emily keeps making fun of me. She's calling me a dork for a headlight.
I mean, I want one because they're so nice, especially when you're working under a car.
I just like to be able to see what I'm working on. So we can shoot for you guys, we put all the lights on us. And so it's in our face and we actually have a very hard time seeing what we're doing. The headlight helps me. They sure go down in there smooth.
They do. So nice.
I can't feel any play. There's no movement. We mic the lifter bores, so we know everything's perfect, but it's just nice to install them and have the affirmation. If you were doing a flat tappet cam, so you can see that we just pulled those out of oil and dropped them in. With a flat tappet, there's going to be a special lubricant that you're going to put on the camshaft so that it breaks in. These are not like that because they're rollers. So if you're doing a flat tappet, read your instructions. It'll be different. Factory lifters have a valley tray that goes in there that bolts to these provisions right here, and that would allow you to, if you want to change the camshaft, I'll take this off because she's looking at me funny. If you wanted to flip the engine over, you could do that, or if you want to, you want to change your camshaft, you can just rotate it 360 degrees and pull it out, and those lifters will stay up. The link bars are not like that. They're going to progressively fall down, and then also, if we don't go ahead and put our heads on our push tubes and our rockers, if we spin this engine over, those are going to fall out into that cavity and will be messed up if the heads are on. So we're going to go ahead and put the heads on it. Fingers crossed, the push rods are the same size that they were before. I have no reason to believe that they would have changed, but you never know. We have new rocker arms, new lifters, new cam, so we may have to go to Summit and get some more. If you guys have not built an engine before, most of you guys are going to be like, of course, we know that. You've got to get the head gasket based on how big the bore is for the cylinder. So this engine is 4.030, so it's bored 30 thousandths over from the stock 4-inch bore, which would have been a 6-liter. And we ordered the gasket specifically for that size bore. Just silly details.
We are using Cometic gaskets, and that's what we've always used. We really, really like their gaskets, especially their head gaskets. They are so high quality. You use them completely dry. They work awesome.
They do. And this is just a multi-layer gasket, and for boost, they actually make one that, I don't understand it yet, but it's like a webbed gasket, so it's supposed to seal better. We ordered those, but they're not going to get here in time. So we'll be installing these. We're going to run low boost, probably 6-7 pounds, but the web gaskets will be in the car for drag week. In case we ever have a problem, we can just pop the head gasket off, pop the head off, put the new gasket on.
Or anybody else that we meet has a problem will have them.
Yeah, that's a cool thing too. We're going to take like a whole gasket set for an LS, including head gaskets. If we can help people, that'd be really cool. I spent like 2 hours today just cleaning, getting all this ready.
While I was doing rear suspension
Yeah.
and the diff install, that's what he was working on. We don't have bolts over here. Thank you.
We're going to have that ARP goop too. It's really fun to look at my valley tray that I modified. With that countersink, I bought a set on Amazon, and I was able to hog these out. It's just really neat to see. It's totally flush.
Getting those push rods down in the lifter so they can do their job. These rockers are also from Tick. We learned a little something. We're going to silicone the intake rocker bolts because we learned that the intake rocker bolts can suck actual oil into your intake and your car will oil upon wide open throttle, which Roxy did.
It won't oil on wide open.
Oh, I didn't say smoke?
You said oil.
Oh, my words aren't coming out well.
It's 1 o'clock in the morning.
Let me go get the silicone. I'm just snugging these bolts for now. Once our balancer comes in, we'll do the final torquing down. Oil pan time. It's time to torque these oil pan bolts and then bolt the motor mounts on and then flip it over and bolt a chain on it and then call the kid to come pick it up. I went over and visited baby Lily this morning and Elias said, "How's Roxy?" And I said, "I think we're gonna swing the engine in this morning." And she goes, "Please call me, I wanna pick it up." She's all about that cherry picker engine hoist situation that she can do now by herself. So she at least wants to contribute to swinging this engine in. My hands are clean now from my torque wrench situation. Let's do it. I don't know if you guys have noticed this new front wheel we're test fitting. These are Billet Specialties street lights. They're 17 by 4.5, so they are a official race skinny wheel. We got the tires in and everything. I got Hoosiers for the front and back. I'm so excited. The kid is here because we called her, told her we were getting ready to drop the engine in, so she's stoked. Yay! All right, let's do some stuff.
My head was cut off in the last part.
That was the easy part. That was the warm up.
Do you want me to do a little higher?
Yep. Get it, girl. Get it, girl. Pick up that engine. Pick up that engine. Engine.
It actually sounds like a song.
Pretty much is. You're getting it.
Here's the pipe that I have for you. Don't forget that slide out real easy.
Yeah, like the last time.
Doing great. It's gonna clear.
You sure?
Yes.
God.
It's time to drop it in.
It's time to gently lower it in.
We are going to slowly lower it in. It's gonna need to go back quite a bit. Motor mount is gonna hit the AC compressor on this side, so we do need to push it back.
Okay, is this a good time to do that, or is it going to hit the firewall?
I think it's a good time. Okay.
Looking good on this side.
It's looking pretty close.
This is like right there, it's fine.
Okay, it's on the motor mount over here.
Alright,
Okay.
lots of clearance here.
Got my nut on the motor mount. Oh, the engine's in!
It's in.
Oh my goodness.
Not tight yet, but it's in. Oh man, it's about time to drop that blower on this bad boy.
I just cannot even freaking believe it.
I'm gonna go home.
Okay. Thanks for
Hungry.
picking the engine up. She worked up an appetite
Oh.
picking up Roxy's 408 stroker.
Yep.
Later, dude.
Later.
We've got our wiring harness laid across the engine and trying to figure out where everything goes so that we can get it at least a little bit in place and then bolt the headers up and then bring the blower over.
Make sure that's the UPS truck. I just heard them.
UPS! Oh my gosh.
I tried to carry some of it. She wouldn't let me.
Look at this! Delivery! Summit, this is going to be our balancer. Had to get a new SFI certified balancer for the car because everything has to be NHRA certified. Oh, freaking awesome. Gauges. This is the gauge pod from GTO G8TA. They make GTO parts and G8 and Trans Am parts. Oh my gosh, I've been wanting one of these for so long.
Oh yeah.
It goes on the dash. Oh, it's gonna look awesome with gauges in it.
Cool.
Holy moly.
We have a boost.
Freaking A. I can't wait to
Yep,
install
oil
this.
pressure.
I'm really excited to see those gauges in my car. And that's a balancer right there, baby. These are the back wheels, the street lights, racing wheels. You guys haven't even seen my tires yet. Showed you these front wheels. Summit had those in stock. The rears had to ship.
Dude, those are wide.
They are very wide.
You need to put a tape measure on that.
Supposed to be 10-inch wide. Those are freaking sexy.
That's 10-inch.
Let's go get my tire. This will be the rear setup. Holy moly. That is gonna look so stellar. These are Hoosier DR2s, and man, are they awesome. They are such a soft compound. The sidewall, I can just see the sidewall flex right now, like the ripple when you take off. Oh my God. Oh, I can't wait to see these things launch. And these wheels are so light.
So is our pocketbook after buying them.
Yeah.
That was one of the big purchases.
All right, we think we have a lot of the wiring routed and all the sensors plugged in that we can that are already installed in the engine. Now I'm going to throw some bolts in these headers and get those snugged up to the heads. Check that off the list. And then maybe after that, the blower. Oil filter going on.
Right.
Aaron's installing the oil filter. Thanks, babe.
I don't know how you live without a headlight.
I kind of want one right now because I can't see anything back here on the back side of this dang engine.
You got one.
Babe, I don't want to steal your headlight.
Viewers are going to think you're the most unattractive thing in the world now.
A whole new world. Got my gasket in place and anti-seize on my header bolts. Should be good. So funny how they want to fight, and then they just fall in.
Gasket.
Of course. Put a screwdriver in there to anchor it. Okay. Put the rest of the bolts in there. Thanks, handsome.
I think you got it. Yep. Some things are easier with two people.
Yeah.
That's a handful.
I'm embracing the headlight life. The power steering pump is in. The water pump is in. Aaron got the alternator in. It's looking good. This is a big deal. This is the first component. This is the first component I am in. You know when your nose is stopped up and some things you could say normally. I don't know why my nose is stopped up all of a sudden. This is like step one to getting the blower on. Awesome. If you don't get the air out of the system with this steam port, it will overheat. I've experienced that. And it's on. That's where the work stops tonight. I don't know why. All of a sudden my nose is stopped up. I can say some things without M's or N, like Gear Star or Reeves or Sparks or Flying. I can't say that because it has an N or an M when you use your nose. It's like 11 or 11:30 and I have to go in the house and do my nails for Penny's tomorrow. For Penny's in the morning. Gotta be pretty for that. And I have to leave here at 6 in the morning. So tomorrow evening after work, I will be back out here. Aaron will have ran around and done a bunch of stuff, made stuff happen, and I'll see y'all tomorrow evening after shooting. Bye. Well, clearly, we don't have the time to deal with blower install, first crank up issues, loading it and taking it to the dyno and having lots of exciting stuff happen there. You guys will have to wait until the next episode for that. I'm already editing it, so get stoked. By the way, night before last, Aaron and I did a live stream here from Flying Sparks Garage World Headquarters. And it went really well. A lot of people tuned in. We're total noobs with all that, so we didn't know that we should have set up a moderator, that we should have set up some kind of super chat thing where people can donate. Like, I didn't even know that was a thing. So we're gonna be doing more frequent live videos, live streams from the shop because people really enjoyed that. It was a really funny Q&A, fun time, lots of enjoyment there. So expect more of those. Also, we had a lot of people suggest we open a Patreon account. So we started one. Obviously, with all the work that we put into this channel, any kind of revenue that we can pull, really helps with us being able to hire editors, hire more video people, buy more camera equipment, go on more adventures, build more stuff for you guys to watch. So yeah, we now have a Patreon. If you guys want to donate, find the link in the bio and shoot us a message and tell us if there's any other cool things, cool ways we can do to involve you guys and to help us grow the channel, because honestly, we're just goober heads out in the shop making videos and posting them. Like, I've never taken a course on social media or learning how to grow with the YouTube algorithms. I just work really hard here in the shop shooting stuff, editing it in the house, posting it to YouTube, and then I get back on to editing the next episode. So while it's a ton of work and I feel like it's paying off, I know there's more we could be doing. So please post up below in the comments section, shoot us messages. We'd love to hear from you guys as to how we can do better. As always, we so appreciate you watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. We'll see you next time.